Who has seen a movie recently? Who watches TV daily? Okay, well, film plays a large role in TV. It's a smaller version of a movie. So the Oscars are today, and it is the 86th annual Oscars. So through the 1870s up into today's, movies have skyrocketed, much like Trump's political ego. This guy, who looks like Charles Darwin, Edward Muybridge, made the first ever movie in 1870. Now, what he did was he made a movie about a horse running through a track. And he made it because he noticed that in paintings, the legs were outstretched more like a cat. So he took multiple pictures and he noticed that the legs were inwards. And so whenever he noticed this, he got a string and put it right to the chest of the horse. And whenever it was running, it just took pictures. So, and this is the first movie. Sorry about the weird sound, but okay. So this is Thomas Edison, and he made the first movie in America in Nevada, and in his theater called the Black Box. Now, he got these two actors to come to the Black Box from New York, because theater was very popular back then. So this couple just kissed. That was basically the entire movie. And then these two were Frenchmen called the Lumiere brothers, and they made multiple movies. This was their most popular, Le Voyage une Lune, which is The Voyage to the Moon in French. So from 1870 to the 1900s, movies have gone up, and they have only been shown in circuses. So Hollywood got the idea to make movies more public. And so these were the 5 first movie companies. You have Warner Brothers, Paramount, 20th Century, MGM, and RKO. Now, Warner Brothers is most famous for Looney Tunes and all the animations. So in the 1920s, the microphone was introduced and talkies were made. And so along with animation, such as Mickey Mouse with Walt Disney and Mel Blanc, which, who knows who Mel Blanc is? Okay, for those of you who don't know who he was the voice of Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, basically all of the Looney Tunes. So that was all him that did all that voice stuff. So he was known as the kind of the father of voices, and he was also known as the man of 1,000 voices. So Laurel and Hardy, the Three Stooges, and Dick Van Dyke were very popular with movies because they were comedians. Now, back in the 1960s or so, trailers were about 3 minutes long, which basically gave the entire movie up. Now, in the 1930s also, movies began to have color in them. So
Now which way do we go?
Pardon me. That way is a very nice way.
Who said that? Don't be silly, Toto. Scarecrows don't talk.
It's pleasant down that way, too.
That's funny. Wasn't he pointing the other way?
Of course, people do go both ways.
Why, you did say something, didn't you? Are you doing that on purpose? Or can't you make up your mind?
That's the trouble. I can't make up my mind. I haven't got a brain. Only straw.
How can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right. Well, we haven't really met properly, have we?
Why, no.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Very well, thank you.
Oh, I'm not feeling at all well. You see, it's very tedious being stuck up here all day long with a pole up your back.
Oh, dear, that must be terribly uncomfortable. Can't you get down?
Down? No, you see, I'm...
Oh, well, here, let me help you.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Very kind.
Oh, dear, I don't quite see how I can...
Of course, I'm not bright about doing things. But if you just bend the nail down in the back, maybe I'll slip off and come...
Oh, yes.
Come on. What? There goes some of me again.
Oh, does it hurt you?
Oh, no, I just keep picking it up, putting it back in again. My, it's good to be free.
Oh!
Did I scare you?
No. I just thought you hurt yourself.
But I didn't scare you.
So, now Alfred Hitchcock was a visionary. And what he did with his movie Psycho was introduce the very first bathroom scene. Now, this was very interesting because in the 1960s, it was the social norm that married couples would sleep in 2 twin beds, and the bathroom wouldn't be shown in any of the movies or TV shows. But he was the very first one to actually have a scene in the bathroom. Since then, movies have had more scenes with bathrooms in them, along with Jurassic Park, which Spielberg used a lot of CGI, but mostly special effects. But Lucas, with Star Wars, used mostly CGI because it was made in outer space. So now we have 3D technology, and who knows? Maybe DiCaprio will win an Oscar and before 4D comes out. Who knows? So, live long and prosper, and thank you.